Good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of City Hall Live. I am Joe Abeta, and I'm here with my guest, Jill Dixon, the Director of Development for the Food Depot.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on the show today. I know that it's funny because it's Thanksgiving, it's the holidays and all that,
Yes.
and people, one would think that, oh, well, it must be a busy season for the Food Depot at this time because it's the holidays. But that's true, but in a sense, but you're busy all year long.
We hope to be busy all year, yes.
Yeah, it's not just the holidays, but that's when people. And by the way, I don't know if I welcomed you, but thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. So, so people tend to think, the general population, that the holidays are the time for giving, right? And that's great.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Right? But that's not the case. Hunger is year-round, and you guys are working year-round.
Absolutely.
And it's nice to be able to get this jump now during the holidays, right? Because a lot of people do need help during the holidays, but it's all year, right? Let's talk a little bit about that, yeah.
Hunger is absolutely a year-round issue. I mean, we know that.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people think about it at this time of year because we have so many holidays stacked up on top of each other, and maybe we feel our abundance more acutely during this season, that we're giving gifts, we're having really decadent meals, we're enjoying ourselves so much that maybe we're a little more cognizant during that time of those who are going without.
Yes.
So we do see a great influx of food drives and financial contributions and people looking to volunteer during those times because that philanthropic side of people, their generosity really comes out. But hunger certainly in our communities is a year-round issue. We see 1 in 3 children in our communities going hungry, 1 in 5 adults. That's a year-round issue.
Wow.
It's less that a family doesn't have the money to put a Thanksgiving meal together, and it's more that families are choosing between paying the rent or paying the heating bill and buying food for their families. And that's really what the year-round situation looks like. If there's a season when hunger is more acute in our communities, it's actually the summer when kiddos are home from school and they're not being covered by school lunch and school breakfast.
Wow. So that would be that's the big part.
That's kind of the big season.
Yeah, wow.
Which is incidentally our slowest season when it comes to food drives and those types of things. So we're going to try to raise a little more awareness around that and bring that to the forefront during that time of year.
During the summertime.
Yeah.
Okay, so now when people feel more compelled to give, right, because they're grateful, maybe it's the end of the year, say, hey, we're grateful for this whole year of what's been going on and we want to give back. So maybe we can give some tips to folks on how what would help you guys out the most if they are compelled to give.
There's so many ways to get involved. I would say that one of the most unique ways, I think we hear all the discussion about Black Friday, and whether that starts on Thanksgiving or whether it should start the day after. Or Brown Thursday, and then Small Business Saturday. There's all this activity of buying and purchasing and being a consumer in those days. But the Tuesday following that, in the last Tuesday in November, is Giving Tuesday, which is a great day to give to nonprofit organizations when you want to share some of your abundance in that direction. And this year, Facebook and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation are doing a matching challenge. So when you give to your local nonprofit through the Facebook buttons and the Facebook donate mechanisms that day, they're matching your donation. For given nonprofits. So you can absolutely get involved. That's super easy. I mean,
what day is that?
That's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
Okay, Tuesday after Thanksgiving. Remember that, folks.
Mark that one down.
Yes.
And that's very simple. We know you're on Facebook anyway.
Yeah.
So while you're there, visit the Food Depot's page, like us, follow us. That would be fantastic. But click that donate button and give $10, $15, and it's going to be matched.
So it's that easy?
It's that easy.
You just go to the Food Depot Facebook page.
Yep.
And you hit donate.
You hit donate, and you fill in your credit card information, and you're done.
That's pretty incredible. That's pretty easy.
It's a really easy way.
It's easier than going out and saying, I wonder if I should just go buy a bunch of canned goods and this and that and stovetop stuffing, that type of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's easier than that.
Completely. So there's so many ways you can get involved. You can absolutely participate in the food drives that are already going on. When you see our red barrels out there with our logo, drop off some food if you have it.
Yeah.
We will always tell you that although we appreciate the gifts of food, we are able to stretch every dollar to provide 4 meals. So giving financially can actually be stretched a little bit further than the food you purchase in a store.
Yeah, because you guys buy in bulk.
Yeah. And we
you
have
guys
great
buyers.
discounts. We
Yeah,
have buyers.
yeah,
We can buy at wholesale plus 10. You know, we have much bigger advantages because of our space and our bulk quantity. So we can stretch your dollar a little bit farther. I mean, giving financially to any one of the appeals you get from us in the mail, or when you see our newsletter coming out the week of Thanksgiving, there's great opportunity.
So, okay, so for the folks out there, these folks, and I think that we need to kind of, what you said, let's put it kind of in, I don't know if it'd be in context or what, or giving a little background
Sure.
of what it is. So let's talk about the daily operation of it, right?
All right.
So let's just use, for example, let's say I donate $100.
Okay.
How is that going to be used?
So there's a few different things happening simultaneously.
Okay.
I would say if you look at a typical day at the Food Depot, our first driver is going to show up at 5:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So if you donate $100, part of that $100 is going to be used to acquire food.
Yes.
And that's going to happen in a few different ways. So our first driver is going to show up at 5:30. He's going to hop in a refrigerated truck and he's going to start driving all over Santa Fe, stopping at every place that sells food, essentially. So
Okay.
all the grocery stores, even some of the convenience stores that are out
Okay.
there that have
Okay.
excess food. And he's going to go on his route and he's going to pick up all of the food, which is produce, canned goods, other non-perishables, even cut flowers sometimes as a little bit of an add-on. But anything those stores are willing to donate, he's going to bring it back to the Food Depot.
Okay.
So that's one way. We are also going to have Justin, our director of warehouse operations, is going to be sitting by his email on his phone, living for the ding, essentially. He's hooked into a regional network of food banks and other providers,
Okay.
such as growers and other like food wholesalers and those types of people. And he's waiting for the ping that a donation is available.
Okay.
And in those situations, typically all we have to do is pay freight. So we may be able to access 40,000 pounds of tomatoes for $1,500 in shipping.
Okay.
But they go fast. So he sits there by the phone just waiting to say yes if it's something that we
He's
can
like
move.
a stock market buyer.
Pretty much, except he's dealing in trucks of food.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
and he's looking for those wholesale purchase opportunities on staple foods like beans and rice that we can get at a drastic discount, say 20 cents a pound.
Okay.
So those things are all happening simultaneously. We're acquiring food from the grocery stores. Justin is looking for great purchasing or donation opportunities and coordinating those and checking our inventory. At the same time, we have volunteers, which are part of the reason we can stretch that dollar so far,
Yep.
that are sorting all the food that comes in from the grocery stores and making sure that it's safe for people.
Okay.
And they're putting it out into categories so our inventory system is constantly up to date. And then that food is being delivered free of charge to all of our partner nonprofits that we support.
And it's also, you guys are placing it where you have recipes in your deliveries.
Yes.
For people to actually use the food that's actually going in there.
Exactly.
So everything's carefully, put into, I don't know what you would call it, a grocery bag or whatever it would be, and organized where when you give it to whoever is receiving it, that they're going to get the 100% potential use out of what's in that bag.
Exactly. If we put something that's a little more unusual, like a turnip, for example,
Yeah.
into a bag, Justin's able to access turnips. We all talk about it. We sort of know that maybe people aren't completely familiar with turnips and what to do with them.
Yep.
So our programs team will get together and pull some easy recipes using typical food bank food items to
Yes.
support it. And we'll send those recipes out to our partner agencies as well, so that the end user, the clients, folks that are in need, can see that turnip and say, what? And the agency can say, don't worry, here's how you can use it.
This is
It's
how you
really good for your
process it,
family.
This is how you make it.
Exactly.
What I'm trying to get is, and you've totally, for the folks that haven't, I mean, I've interviewed you a couple of
Sure.
times now, and you've been on the show a couple of times too, but for the people that haven't and the first time that they're watching, it's a lot more complicated.
It is.
And it's very complex, and this is a daily thing that happens at the Food Depot.
Absolutely, every day.
Yeah, and it's pretty insane. I'm totally taken back by how that happens, but it's really, really awesome because, you wouldn't think that. You just think that, they put the groceries on the warehouse and then people come by and and that's not the case. You guys are also working with organizations too,
Yes.
right? Yeah, and it's such a small community, but it's very tight, right? You guys have it's not just, well, we're the Food Depot and we're gonna make sure that we're not going to take care of, we want to be the number one, but it isn't. It's a real
No.
team effort.
Absolutely. It's all about collaboration. And I think there's two arms to what we do, and one is obviously acquiring the food and then helping other nonprofits that are our partners like Bienvenidos and Feeding Santa Fe and Kitchen Angels. We provide them with a lot of the food that they use to serve the community that they serve. But we're also doing direct service, which a lot of people don't know, and those are a lot of our programs that are serving children like Lunchbox Express and Food for Kids or the Backpack Program. And one of our newest programs, which is in partnership with the city and in partnership with YouthWorks, is an after-school meals program that we call Square Meals. You've been hearing a lot about it from different avenues. I know the mayor was doing an interview about it last week, but it's a fantastic partnership between the city and CYFD and YouthWorks, and we're basically having the children or the young adults that are in YouthWorks preparing meals that are then being served to children after school to make sure that they have a meal to wrap up their day. And there's hundreds and hundreds of children that are being served by this program after school, and we're doing all the coordination and the paperwork because that's a government program. And we're doing all the coordination to make sure that at 5 different sites around Santa Fe, children are being fed after school so that they're not going to go to bed hungry and they're going to come ready to learn the next day.
That is awesome. That is really awesome. And you mentioned that hundreds of kids?
Yes.
But I think that people, how many people do you guys actually serve, on a weekly basis, daily basis? Give me, because you are the hub. Food Depot's the hub. They're kind of like the Costco of the supplier for everybody, is like what I like to say. And then they hand it out to the nonprofits, and you serve all, not just Santa Fe, but all of northern New Mexico.
We serve 9 counties in northern New Mexico. So when you look at the total service, we're serving about 11,000 people through our direct service programs. And a total, with our nonprofit partners, a total of 66,000 people a quarter.
And that number always astounds me because we still have that
many people that are hungry.
That's just insane. I know that it'd be a great day that you would say, you know what, Joe, I had 66,000 a couple of years ago, but now we're down to 10. That would be an awesome thing, right? I mean, it would be, but it's pretty crazy. And it's funny because it's not just people that need food all year round.
No.
There just might be a tough
couple months.
Tough times or something.
I mean, when you think about how your budget can get thrown out of whack, I mean, I'll just speak from personal experience. My daughter's 3 and she had a sleep study over the summer. And I'm a single mom. She had a sleep study this summer. It was supposed to be covered by insurance. They were like, wait, and we'll get back to you. Well, now it's Christmas time, it's her birthday, things are a little bit tighter already, and I got a bill for $400 from the sleep study center yesterday. Now, I mean, I'm pretty fortunate, to have the benefits that I have and to have the income that I have, but I mean, that's a situation that could very easily throw things off.
It can.
Absolutely. That's a situation where I'm looking in the freezer like, okay, we've got some beans in there, like we can tighten it up a little bit, that's no problem, we can pay the bill. And there's so many people in our communities that are living that close. And so to pay off that bill,
they're a broken fridge away, right?
Exactly, a broken fridge away. So you have to spend $800 to replace your refrigerator. And that means that you might need food bank assistance for the next couple of months until your finances even out again. But typically we don't
and that's
see.
Okay.
It is okay.
That's okay.
There's no shame in it. I mean, we see that the majority of the people that are seeking food bank assistance, more than 50%, are people who have jobs. This is the working poor in real life. That's what it looks like. And it's folks that are working hard, trying to provide for their families, but there just isn't enough to make all ends meet.
And you guys have the resources and the partners, like let's say if, like you said, well, do we pay our high electricity bill or our gas bill to stay warm, or do we go out and we get food or what? But you're able to help make those decisions easier for them, right?
Absolutely. We try to offer that safety net to say, okay, obviously you need to make sure that your home is heated, so that your kids aren't getting sick because they're cold, and I mean, that's a health issue. But you can come to a mobile food pantry site. You can, like we have at Zona del Sol, you can reach out to one of our partners like Bienvenidos for help. Please don't be ashamed to do that. This is a hand up. It's not a handout. We're really just trying to make ends meet. And about 50% of the food that we distribute is fresh produce. So you're going to get really balanced, nutritious foods, staple foods, some bread, some fruits and vegetables. Bring some really healthy, nutritious food into your family and help support you through that tough time. And then when you're in a better position later, give back through a food drive or $10 during one of our fund drives, and you can make it up on the other side.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. And there's the thing is there's no judging, and I know
No.
it is a tough thing. Pride always gets in the way of
it
stuff,
hurts.
right?
Yeah.
But that's not what you guys. That's why you guys are there, and I think people
Absolutely.
need to understand that. That's pretty awesome.
And there's a food pantry in Santa Fe to meet every need. There's some that are drive-through, no questions asked. So, if you're worried about being stigmatized or having somebody recognize you, there's opportunities where you can just drive through a food pantry and get the assistance that you need.
Gotcha.
There's other food pantries where you walk in and you can actually engage with people, and that's great because you can learn about other resources, like how to sign up for SNAP or LIHEAP to help your family with their heating bills.
So for the person out there right now that may be watching this and they say, that's me, I don't know where to go. Can they go to a website? What would be the first steps into acquiring those services?
We always want to be a resource. So
Okay.
you can visit us at thefooddepot.org. There's a
Okay.
little contact form on there where you can send an email to us. It actually comes to me.
Okay. Okay.
You send an email there and we can connect you to the right people to find out where, we can send you a list. You can come into the Food Depot Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and you can get that list from us. We
Okay.
don't distribute food directly from our warehouse,
Gotcha.
but we can give you the list and help direct you towards resources. You can also call us 471-1633, and you'll reach someone that can give you some direction as to where you can seek assistance.
Not a lot of red tape?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Not generally. And Thursday morning is going to be the Feeding Santa Fe. It's going to be their drive-through pantry starting at 6:30 in the morning, right in front of our building at 1222 Siler. So there's an
Okay.
option right there tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
So if you need that help, seek it out. Thefooddepot.org all the time. Just reach out to us, and we're happy to connect you to resources.
That's great. Any before we switch topics, I just want any kind of special holiday drives you want to mention today?
I know that Lannel, if you work up on the hill, is doing their holiday food drive. They've
Okay.
got several different agencies in their communities that support people who are experiencing hunger. You want to make sure to bring your turkey to work next Tuesday, if
Okay.
that's the case, and bring your food up for that holiday drive.
Okay.
I know that most of your local grocery stores, Sprouts is doing their grab and give program right now. All of that food is coming to us. So if you buy one of those bags at the register, you can do that.
Okay.
Whole Foods and Smith's are both doing their donate at the register. That money comes directly to us as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
So there's pretty much an opportunity around every corner
Okay.
to get engaged with us.
That's great. That's awesome. Okay, switching topics
Sure.
a little bit. So a couple of weeks ago, was it a couple of weeks ago or was it a
It's
month
like
ago?
it might have almost been a month.
A
Yeah,
month
it's
ago?
close.
Yeah, about a month ago or so.
Time flies.
The Mayor's Ball.
Yes.
Right? And you guys were one of the, what was it, the benefactors?
We were a
or-
beneficiary.
Yeah.
So we were a co-beneficiary with Communities and Schools of New Mexico. We were so fortunate to receive the support that was raised at the Mayor's Ball that evening. So it was a fantastic sold-out party. We got to see some really amazing things, including live vocal performances.
Yes.
But for us as an organization, and I know for Communities and Schools as well, it was a great opportunity for us to share our message about the work that we do with the
Yeah,
community.
absolutely.
It was really great to be able to celebrate that with people that supported our work, which was fantastic. And we raised over $150,000 that night,
That's awesome.
which we're so grateful for.
Yeah.
And I know that money is going to support Communities and Schools, having advocates in school that are supporting children and helping them to graduate and stay successful.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's helping us to put meals on the table for
Yeah,
people.
no,
So
absolutely.
it was just such a terrific outpouring of support. I was really blown away by the generosity that night.
Yeah, it was great. I was fortunate you guys had asked me to host.
You were fabulous.
So I was like, oh, thanks, to go up there. But I thought those videos were moving.
Yeah.
They were touching. As a matter of fact, I'd love to put those on the government channel. I
We're
think
happy to send
that'd
them
be
over to
really
you,
awesome.
yeah.
That's probably business. I should have talked out the camera.
Whatever.
That's okay.
Please come and check
That's
them
all right.
out.
Check out the videos.
Please do
But
that.
Do you guys have them posted on your website?
They're going up on our website. We're trying to fix a plug-in,
Gotcha.
business stuff
No,
again.
I gotcha. All right, great. I
So-
was going to say, if you get the opportunity, go and check them out. It really is amazing, these stories, and you must check them out. But
Yeah.
the night was great. There was a lot of there's a lot of people there,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of giving, and I thought that was just awesome.
It
So,
was so inspiring to see how much our community cares about children
Yes,
and making
absolutely.
a difference. And New Mexico may have its many, many struggles.
Yes.
But man, we have fantastic people living here who
Yes.
want to see it change.
yes, yeah, and it was great. And I want to thank you for letting me be a part of that.
Absolutely.
It was really
You were the
awesome.
perfect
Oh,
person to be
thanks.
there. So thank you.
I appreciate that. So, well, that's great. So, Jill, all right. So then, folks, just remember, please, Food Depot, if you want to help out, you can go to their Facebook page. As simple as that. As you're watching this right now, just go on your phone, scroll to the Facebook page, Food Depot, and hit donate. Do it on Tuesday.
Do it on Tuesday.
Do it after Cyber Monday.
Yep, after Cyber Monday, go to Tuesday.
And the Gates family, Mr. and Mrs. Gates, Bill Gates, what's his wife's name?
The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Bill and Melinda Gates
and
Foundation.
Facebook.
On Facebook will match your donation.
Yep.
So it'll be doubled, whatever you give. So that's pretty awesome.
It's super exciting.
And no amount is small. Is like, not too small. So
every dollar provides 4 meals.
That's right. That's right. $1 provides 4 meals?
$1 provides 4 meals.
That's pretty amazing.
So if you give $10, you provided 40 meals.
That's awesome. So just remember that. So that's great.
Yeah.
Jill, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jill Dixon, the Food Depot's development
Director.
I was going to say coordinator, but
Something.
it's director. There you
Whatever
go.
it
Something
is.
Like that. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Folks, thank you for joining us. This has been City Hall Live. Have a safe weekend. Have a great weekend.